To Intentionally Fabulous. I am Kelly Calabrese here with your tip of the day. We're talking about rejection. First, I will say rejection is a normal part of life. Nobody goes through life without being rejected, and some rejection is healthy, and we don't want to be included in everything. Some rejection is for our own good. But we're talking about people who are chronically setting themselves up to be rejected or just feeling like they're being rejected. I went through a little season of this where just one after the other, it just felt like doors were slamming in my face. And the rejection was coming from places that were the most valuable to me and really things that my identity was lined up with. So let's look at people who set themselves up for rejection. One is people who really become the martyrs. So everything is done at their own expense. So they just want to give and do for everyone else to their own detriment. So they don't value themselves at all. They don't see any worth in themselves. Everything is about pouring into everyone else. Those people set themselves up for rejection. They put themselves last. And when they do that, they're training people how to treat them because they say, I don't have any value. I don't have any worth. Everything about you is more important, and I'm here to give. They also keep their feelings in. So the other person still has five senses. So they don't know what you're thinking. If you're keeping your feelings in, they don't realize that your needs aren't being met and that you're feeling rejected. People who tend to feel rejected don't like to draw a lot of attention. So they're just, I don't want to bother anyone. Or they're just kind of playing small, which goes along with that spirit of not feeling worthy. They don't want to draw attention, so don't rock the boat. And what also goes along with that is they want to be liked. They want to be accepted. And who doesn't, right? Everyone likes to be accepted and wants to be loved unconditionally. That's normal. But there's always that end of the ditch where the balance gets unhealthy, where we become people pleasers, we become enablers. That is not healthy. And then there's also, fear of rejection that goes in there. And anything like this that's not healthy is always going to be fear based. So we have created something in our minds about something that might happen potentially in the future that we're already being afraid of. So we just kind of shrink down, we get small. We don't want to rock the boat, so we'll just do what everyone else wants and we'll just please them. Well, people who set themselves up that way, one is, besides feeling rejected, you're going to get taken advantage of because, again, you're training people how to treat you, and they will see that you're just willing to do whatever and put your needs last. These people, if this is you, you've also been scammed, right? We're just kind of gullible, and we've all been there at one time or another because scammers are good. That's what they do. But if you're continually being scammed and taken advantage of, you're probably too gullible, giving, enabling. So what do we do, right? What do we do if we're constantly feeling rejected? One is we need to learn to say no. That's an easy one, believe it or not. It might seem hard, and you don't want to do it in a harsh way, but you're just saying no because you need to start valuing yourself. And if you say yes, you're going to overcommit, you're going to regret it, and then you're going to feel rejected because this person might not realize they're taking advantage because of your goodwill. Another is you're going to express your feelings. So if someone's chronically, rejecting you, putting you down, excluding you, taking advantage of you, you need to express your feelings, and you can do it in a heartfelt way. You're probably feeling rejected because you are super nice, and it may seem harsh or hard for you to say no or express how you feel, but when you do, it will empower you, and the other person will probably respond in an awareness kind of way, like, oh, well, I didn't realize it, or I didn't know, or oh, there's a new, boundary there, so I need to respect that. And if they don't, they're not the right person for your circle, and you need to retrain them how to treat you, or maybe they need to be way outside the circle. Um, Figure out what your own needs are because they're important. So find out what it is that you value and hold that dear and just as important as what someone else is valuing and asking you to do. Usually people who feel rejected, they don't ask other people for help because again, they don't want to be rejected. They don't want someone to say no to them. Really going even a little deeper is where does it all stem from? At what point did you feel like you were not worthy to have your own needs met, that everyone had to be put in front of you, that you were going to allow yourself to be left and left out in places that, just was unfair and even cruel and even abusive, right? So what does it go back to? Is it something from your parents? And it may have been, maybe your parents have felt rejected and were orphaned and were not wanted in some way and played small and didn't want to rock the boat and they trained you to be quiet and don't draw attention. So figure out what that is and use that to just see the truth in it and have a revelation about what's true for right now as an adult. So you won't be taken advantage of. Don't allow yourself, and you know it because you start to feel it, right? You start to say yes, and then you're like, shouldn't have said yes, and then you go, you know what? I made a mistake. I'm so sorry. I cannot do that. So when you feel yourself being taken advantage of, just stop it and let the person know, I can't watch your kid anymore, or no, I can't take time off of work to help you, or no, I don't have money to lend you. People who feel rejected typically will do things like that. They'll give and give and give of money, resources, time, talents, and then it's not reciprocated. This will help to build your self-esteem for sure. And when your self-esteem is built and your self-love and your self-worth, then you won't feel rejected, even if rejection is coming from people who you love the most, because you have just built up your own self-worth. And then just a good tool to kind of evaluate a relationship is it equal? And it's never exactly 50-50, especially in a relationship like a marriage. Sometimes it's, one person has more needs and the other person is helping, but then it should balance itself out. It shouldn't always be the other person being needy and you not having your needs met. So you can just ask yourself, is this going equal or has it all been giving, 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 giving? That's not how the universe works. Relationships should be give and receive. And maybe you're just not a good receiver. So maybe you need to open yourself up to receiving, especially if you've given so much. That is going to come back when you look for it. So finally, I'll say that there's a price to putting yourself last. If you do, you're going to be living a very defeated, rejected life, and that is no fun at all. So be nice to yourself and just know that you are enough. You might just need to retrain some things in your own brain, how you respect and treat yourself and how you train others to treat you. So if this helped you at all, I would love for you to go and join our group. It's called Intentionally Fabulous on Facebook. And it's a place where women who are going through any relationship challenges, specifically separation, divorce, post-divorce, that they can get support, that we can talk about the hard things, we can laugh, we can have fun, we can encourage each other. So if that's you, please go to Intentionally Fabulous and join on Facebook. And if you know someone, please send them there. Thank you, friends, and I'll be back tomorrow with your next Intentionally Fabulous tip of the day. Be well.